Hi, do you want to learn how I use this $19.99 book to land a $5,000 sale in less than 30 minutes and how you can too? That's what I'm going to cover on today's video. Today is day 2 of my 30 videos in 30 days challenge. I thought it'd be a fun way to kickstart the new year, filling my social media with content and ideas and strategies to help you grow your business, grow your brand, get more clients, get more leads, all the above, crush your goals. Cool way to start the new year, right? But the big emphasis on this is I'm going to record videos that aren't very heavily edited to inspire you to pull out your camera and shoot your content and grow your brand. So many business owners approach me and they get stuck in the editing. So I'm going to do this with as little editing as possible, and I'm going to share with you just badass content tips and strategies, and I think you should as well. So day 2, what do I have for you guys? This book right here. So I believe in publishing books as your brand, as an expert, as a way of growing your business and showing that you are an expert in your industry. I think it's a very, very important thing for you to do. Now, why is it important? Less than 1% of people will publish a book. Let's get deep on this for a second. In the world of AI and ChatGPT, it's all in the cloud. What makes a book special is that it's real and tangible. I'm not talking about like a small little ebook. I'm talking, my book right here is 186 pages. I'm talking about you becoming a published author, mic drop, on the thing that you know best. Here's how we got here, then I'll explain how I turned this $19.99 book into $5,000. I was a realtor and I was getting lumped in with my competition. Maybe you've ran into this where people aren't valuing your expertise. I was selling 200 homes per year. I was crushing the real estate game. But when I would go meet with a homeowner, they would lump me in with every other Susie Q realtor out there. I'm not knocking any realtors. What I'm saying is I wanted to find a marketing strategy that allowed me to show I was the true expert. The point of writing this book, I think I had sold about 2,000 homes. Like I was truly top 1% and then some. And so I was trying to find a marketing strategy that will just show that I'm the expert and build my authority. So I wrote this book. This actually helped us land 100 sales, 100 listings and over $1 million. And that was my thing. Like I was like, wow, this is a really, really cool thing. And then over the years, friends started asking me for advice on how to publish. And I've helped a ton of friends publish books. That's what I do now is I help people publish a book, which brings me to my new book. So if this book made me $1 million, of course now, as a business coach, guess what? Got to run the play, guys. I believe that you should, I'm encouraging you, inspiring you, write a book in 2024. It'll change your business, it'll change your brand, it'll change your life, it'll get you on podcasts, it'll get you on stages, and it'll help you make more money. See, I don't sell these books. I've actually sold 0 copies of this. I think we've sold 3 of these, right? What I teach is to give away the book as a way of building rapport, as a way of building trust before your sales call. So what we do is we give these away. We give an ebook away as a funnel, but I give physical, tangible copies away to somebody that's a qualified prospect. You should as well. So here's what happened, how we made $5,000 off of this. A guy followed me on Facebook and he shot me a DM off of some of my content. You have people following you now. And he was like, dude, I see your content. Man, I'd love to learn more about how you could help me grow my business. I said, great. What's your mailing address? So what I did for him was I mailed him a copy of our $19, it says 95 cents, sorry. Our $19.95 book. I mailed him a copy for free up front in the mail as my way of adding value and showing him what made me different. How could you do this in your business? Think about this. So here's what happens. He schedules a time to meet with me 3 days later. He wants to hop on a call, a Zoom call, and learn more about how I can help him. I overnighted him this book. He gets the book. He read this cover to cover. I'm literally outlining how I made 8 figures in real estate in this book. It is jam-packed with how to find your target market, how to get clear in your messaging, sales funnels, lead follow-up tricks. I give everything. It's truly a roadmap. He read it cover to cover. So when he gets on our Zoom call, what does he think as me as a coach? He's like, dude, you know this shit inside and out. He bought my $5,000 course literally on that call because I had shown him up front what made me different, what I do different, who I am, and what I was all about. So what I believe personally, is writing a book to establish that you are the authority on your subject. You are you are badass and you share truly a roadmap, your ideas. Yes, you can work in your life story, but I truly outlined in this book a roadmap that I followed to make over 8 figures in real estate. And so people can now read that, get exposed to who I am, test drive my methods, test drive my strategies, and get to know me. And I think you should do the same thing too. So I thought a fun video today would just be to kind of pull the curtain back. I produce so much content about writing a book, but I never get a chance to really go deep on it. Today I wanted to go deep on the psychology of why. Why a book? It allows a tangible physical asset that somebody can literally sit in their living room, their reading chair, and hear your story and get educated. Now think about this. Have you read books? And when you read that book, how do you look at the author? You're like, wow, this guy or gal knows their stuff. And they're not there in your living room teaching the methods. They've created a book with their insights, their strategies, their lessons, their parables, their stories. And they've cloned this as an asset. Then now, yeah, you could read it digitally, you could have it physically, and they're able to educate you. And in my experience, it helps people get to know me more, get to know my processes more, who I am, what I teach, and they're more likely to want to have me sell their home, like in my real estate life, or now in my coaching life, they're more likely to want to use me as a coach. People are more likely to have you on their podcast. This is a real conversation. Guy booked me on his podcast, Every Breath Counts podcast. And I said, man, thank you, I'm honored. How did you find me and why are you wanting me on? He goes, oh, I read your book. And I said, well, thank you, man, that's awesome. And he goes, yeah, dude, honestly, I only have unpublished authors because we can talk about your book. I read your book ahead of time, so I know who you are. I'd love to have you on as a guest. And I was like, dude, this is really, really cool. I had somebody just book me for a speech 2 weeks ago. He's like, dude, I saw your book. Can you come teach some of these on stage? And I was like, yeah, I'd be honored. So many people I talk to are like, dude, I want to get on podcasts more. I want to get on stages more. Write a book. Less than 1% will. And this is the concept. It takes time to write a book. Yes, it's going to take you actually writing a book. And no, I'm not saying letting ChatGPT write it. I'm talking your life, your stories, your lessons. And yes, can we leverage AI to voice out the book? Really cool thing. I help authors actually write a book by just talking it out, which is really cool. And then we transcribe it. Help with ghostwriters, all the above. But that's what makes it different. If anybody can go to ChatGPT or anybody can go to Canva or anybody can even pull out their phone and record a 60-second reel, don't do what everybody else is doing. If 99% of the world won't publish a book, then you should. That's how I got here. A realtor wrote a book. Yeah, dude, I wrote a book about my home selling methods and systems. I'm damn good at it and I'm an expert at it. Does it make sense? Same thing here. And so quick little idea today. This is how we did $5,000, literally. So my process is simple. When somebody comes in that is a qualified prospect, we actually overnight them the book. I will mail them a hand-signed copy of a book. This one's signed, getting ready to go out to somebody, so that way they can get to know who I am. Had a Zoom call this morning. Dude goes, he literally goes, Nicky T, I finished your book at midnight last night, bro. He goes, dude, that's some good shit. And he's reciting back to me my methods, and then he says, hey, can you help me implement those methods? See, we get paid, no matter what business you're in, you get paid to solve problems and help people achieve goals. So I have just found by giving you my book up front that helps you solve the problem. It establishes, I know what I'm talking about. You learn, you get these really cool small tidbits, chapter by chapter, story by story. You're starting to build a relationship with me. I had a guy read this on the plane. I met him at a conference and he read part of it on the plane back. He goes, dude, it was weird. He goes, I was with you that day and you were talking, and then I was with you on the plane in your book. And he's like, it was the same conversation. I was like, yeah, dude, I'm the same guy. So quick little tip for you. I know a lot of people here have huge goals in 2024 and you're working on your marketing and all the above. If you've really wanted to level up, if you're an expert at what you do and you've truly got a transformation for yourself or a client and you're awesome at what you do and you have a heart to serve, guys, writing a book, game changer. It changed my life. It changed my business. It's what I do now. It's funny, all the things that I have a podcast and I speak, the heart and soul, the foundation for what I teach, it's building authority. It's landing clients and growing your business. But how do we do that? Through a book. I do it personally through a book. That's my marketing strategy for 2024. We run paid ads to get an ebook version of my book. We nurture and cultivate those leads to get them on a sales call with us. If it's a qualified prospect, we then mail them the $20 book, build relationships, build rapport. And like I said, that process landed me a $5,000 sale inside of 30 minutes. And for those that have been in the sales game, sometimes that's hard, right? To build relationships like that and build that level of trust. Writing a book's a game changer. So this is video number 2, and I hope you learned something. If you have any questions or would like my help writing a book, publishing a book, very simple. bookwithnickyt.com. I'm Nicky T. You could write a book with me. bookwithnickyt.com. Video number 2 in the books. I'll see you guys on video number 3. Bye.